championship match in 140. We'll have Steve Sandefer of Mishawaka against Trace Hall of South Bend Riley.
And what a treat to have two of the top 4 kids in the state wrestle in the sectional championship right here.
Richard Dixon won 5th place in the 130 from Adams. 4th place was Joe Stroud of Clay. 3rd was Charles Taylor of Riley. Again, Engelmeyer was the sectional runner-up. Josh Harper, the champion in the 130-pound class. Now we're at 140. Again, this is Steve Sandefer and Trace Hall. And this should be a darn good fight as well. These two guys know each other real well, and this should be a heck of a wrestling match. Maybe they help each other with homework. Who knows?
Now it looks like we're starting the quicks already. A lot of movement out there. Sandefer's in on a low leg single, picks it up, but Trace Hall might be a little quick. Yeah, a lot of movement. What went on there was a whole lot in a little bit of time. But it was a single leg takedown to a whizzer, to an underhook for Trace Hall, and they're back up to neutral. No one scored.
Trace Hall has a lot of quickness, and that may help him a little bit here against Steve Sandefer.
I tell you what, I wouldn't want to be out there against either one of them.
Well, me either. No way.
I wouldn't be out there very long.
No, I'd be pitting in about 6 seconds and I'll just go home. I see Trace in the hallway sometimes at school, and I just say, hello, Trace, and walk away. He's just kind of an intimidating person at times. Minute 16 left in the first period. No score. Trace Hall, Steve Sandefer, championship of the 140-pound weight class.
And we're still at 0. A lot of hand fighting going on in the middle. They're still trying to shuffle into position, wrist control. One man's getting the wrist control, then the other man's getting the wrist control. It's just it's a battle on the inside there, trying to gain position, trying to open a small window up for an attack of some type. And they both know that the counter's coming by either one of them whenever there is an attack and it doesn't work. So. A leg attack by Sandefer. They went out of bounds. They come back to the middle, and it's neutral again. 28 seconds left in the first period. Both men fight for wrist control, elbow control. Sandefer tries to throw by. It doesn't quite hit it. Not quite enough room. Heavy hands, heavy on the head. Trace Hall shoots in on a double leg. Again, Sandefer's a little too quick. And the score we have is 0-0 after the first period.
That was a very quick and very athletic first period by both. Trace Hall trying to use some of his speed there. But Steve Sandefer with some good defense at times to keep the speed down on Trace Hall.
Sandefer gets choice in the second. Again, score is still 0-0. Sandefer chooses down. He's up, he's out. Sandefer scores the escape. Score is now 1-0. With Sandefer leading from Mishawaka. Good quick stand-up. Again, we're going back to the hand and wrist, head and wrist fighting, circling in the middle, trying to find position, to look for that small window of attack. Both men hitting kind of a half shot, nothing really happening. We've still got a minute 22 seconds left in the second period, and Sandefer is ahead 1-0.
Yeah, the last time these two wrestled in an invitational was the Al Smith, and Sandefer won that in overtime 4-2 in the semifinal. So it's only 1-0 here with a minute 8 to go here in the second period.
Both in a collar tie right now. Absolutely nothing happen if Sandefer goes in on a shot. Again, it's countered by Trace Hall. Both men are moving. Lots happening out there, just no one's able to score. And they're out of bounds, and they go back to the middle in a neutral position. The score is still 1-0 in the second period. 38 seconds. Sandefer shoots in on a low leg single, misses it. And Trace Hall sprawls. Ooh, he misses the throw by from the bottom. And we're still in the neutral position with 26 seconds left to score 1-0. Still hand fighting in the middle. A lot going on in there, a lot more than we can see or want to know about, really. Wrist control. Both of the men working on it. Sandefer tries to hit him on a single leg takedown. He doesn't get it, but Trace Hall just gets he just got hit with a stalling call for backing out of bounds, so that could come in handy to Sandefer in the later round.
1-0 Sandefer over Hall with we're about ready to start the third period in the 140-pound championship match of the sectional tournament here at Mishawaka High School.
And Trace Hall chooses the bottom position. The score is 1-0 with Sandefer in the top position in the third period. After the whistle, Sandefer's got a leg in, and he's got his hips square now and breaks Trace Hall down to the mat. He's got one leg in, working for position. Looks like he's looking at a chicken wing on that opposite side. You can't really see it right now. Working the cross faces, heavy on that head. Pinning him down the mat with those hips. Trying to push the head down to crank that three-quarter Nelson to keep control of Hall to try to get the turn. Still working on the wrist control, cross face to wrist control. Sandefer's he's maintaining control on the top. Unfortunately, there's no riding time in high school wrestling, so that's not going to score the points. So Sandefer's really got great control on top, but the referee calls a stalemate. They're going to start this thing all over again. Neither man was improving his position very well. Again, we're in the third period, 1 minute left. And Sandefer gets reversed. Trace Hall gets a 2-point reversal on Sandefer. Sandefer had a leg in. Trace Hall rolled through and ended up getting a reversal.
That was a nice reversal by Trace Hall. That got Bill Flatt and Mike Smorin pretty excited.
And Sandefer just scored an escape. Tied the score up to 2-2. It looks like we might be coming into another barn burner. We got 28 seconds to see if we're going to go into overtime on this one. It's got to be hard to wrestle a guy 5 and 6 times during the season.
Oh, yeah.
You know, at that point in time, you got a lot figured out about each other. Still no score. They went out of bounds with 5 seconds left. Looks like we're going into overtime on this one. Unless something crazy happens. Time. We are going into overtime on this. Sandefer almost came around for the takedown, but no takedown. We're going into overtime, sudden death. The first point scored in this will win this match. It's 2-2.
Just like what happened in the semifinals of the Al Smith back in December.
Wow, what an exciting match. Trace Hall goes in for a single leg takedown. He doesn't get it. They're back to neutral. We got 43 seconds left in the first overtime. Sandefer's hand fighting. Got a good head position with wrist control. We got 30 seconds left in the overtime period. Still no score. Oh, Trace Hall gets the takedown. That does it for that match.
Trace Hall will be a sectional champion as he wins in overtime over Steven Sandefer. So that's a sectional championship for Trace Hall of South Bend Riley.
Great match, though. Two Titans.
Oh, yeah, man. Especially since it's homecoming week at Riley, too. Wow. Great match between Sandefer and Trace Hall. Nick Acosta got third over Zach